Cancers, hi. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. Today I will be doing a general reading for the sign of Cancer. This is a general reading, so it cannot and will not resonate for everyone. And energy is fluid, so if I say he, she, I'm just speaking of energy. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm speaking gender. Please excuse me. I have been really sick for the past few days. I am starting to feel a little bit better, but I am sucking on a cough drop right now. So if I pause or, take a second out to compose myself, it's just because of that. All right, guys. I am a fellow Cancer, so I am super excited to be doing your guys' reading. I actually have Cancer all over my chart. So what's interesting is that when I started to get into the energy of of the Cancer collective, I started to feel excited. This overwhelming urge of excitement that, mind you, I'm not in a bad mood and I'm not having a bad day, and I woke up and it's been a great day, but I wasn't feeling that before. So I feel like this is an upcoming energy, or for some of you guys are already there, but there is a sense of excitement. It's almost like you guys know something's coming. You can smell it in the air, and you guys are really excited. Or like I said, this is an energy that's coming in because there seems to be, I keep hearing the winds of change. What? Is that right? I don't know if that's right, but that's what I heard. The winds of change. Anyway, so it seems to be a sense of excitement. There seems to be a lot of energy, a lot more energy. I feel like the collective as a whole, but especially my Cancers, there's been a lot. There's been a lot being thrown at you guys, and there's been a lot. It's pulling me back to a reading that I did right before I took a huge break, because literally my life got turned upside down. This was probably about a month ago, the last Cancer reading I did, and it was talking about how basically there was going to be a shakedown of a lifetime, right? And it was on a gradient, so it was going to be, for some people it was severe, for others it was just going to be a lot of, little things here and there, just a lot of nuances, or just movements that you didn't see coming, that kind of thing. I do have a couple of Cancer friends, so I did see that difference. Mine was on a very high level. I had a friend who was in the middle, and then I have another friend who was kind of at the low end of it. And so I got to see the differences, and it was absolutely beautiful seeing just kind of how everybody was going through their own thing, even though we're going through the same thing. The first card that we got, and the way I like to do my readings is I like to do a pre-pulled spread. I like to meditate and then get into your energy and then continue pulling cards with you guys. We got Archangel Melchizedek, and Selenite, Divine Perfection 444. You guys also got Ascended Masters, Babaji, and Diamond. So it shall be. Oh, this is going to be a very deep reading. I can already feel it. And you got Ascended Master Mataji and Crimson Cuprite, Relief and Repair. Yeah. So the first card that came out when I did your pre-pulled spread was the crossing, the initiation. Everything that we just went through, the whole, I'm going to be completely blunt, shit show, was for a reason. There was drastic changes that need to be made. And I feel like if it was on a stronger level, if you feel like there was a lot that went through, is because there was a lot of rearranging that need to happen, a lot of things you needed to be cleansed of, a lot of things that you needed to release, things that you were fearing to let go. And there was a confusion. There was a confusion of what needed to happen. And there couldn't be this crossing over until all of that was released. And I feel like with this crossing, now that things have been released, now that you have been able to let excuse me, now that you have been able to release those things, and I'm getting a huge sense of surrender. And I have a healing oil. I have a line of healing oils. And I have one that's called Release. And I actually, for my own personal bottle, I went in and I did some adjustments to it, and I switched it to Surrender. It was Surrender because what was happening was that I was trying to release, but I wasn't sure of exactly what I needed to release. So I kept trying to release something, and they just kept saying, no, just surrender, because this and that. Don't, like, me trying to release or push away certain things was me not allowing divine to allow certain things be the way they have to be accordingly, if that makes sense. Me releasing or pushing something away was me still trying to take control of the wheel, instead of saying, I surrender. Let what needs to fall away, fall away. Let what needs to come in, and let what needs to stay, stay. Right? And that was a huge thing for me. And I just wasn't understanding. I was like, well, I'm releasing what you guys are saying. Oh, sorry, guys. I lost the lash. I was finding the lash read, and all of a sudden I'm coughing up a storm. But now that there's been a surrender, or for some of you guys, if you guys are still at that point, at that where you're seeing the light of needing to surrender, now that you guys see that, there's now going to be a crossing over, going through that portal. You guys have made that decision, and you guys are now crossing over that portal into a new world. And this reminds me of that bridge from Thor. Not Tesseract. I can't remember the name of it, but you're going into a new world. You're going into a new earth. You're going into a new life and a new path. And what's going to come with going through that new portal is relief and repair. There's going to be repair to anything that was still lingering, anything that was still left over. There was, and I got this message quite a long time ago, and I was wondering why it hadn't happened. And now I'm getting the message that now is the time. It's going to happen once this portal gets crossed through. There's going to be a repair of your DNA, a repair of health. Excuse me. A lot of people have conditions that are not yours. They are generational. They are because we had generational healing to do. We had things, trauma from the past lives that became part of our DNA and caused us to have health issues, right? Also, losing weight. I know there are a lot of people that have gained weight just very suddenly and with no change to their diet, and It's because of the healing. What happens is that your body is taking on a lot and it's unable to release. So there's going to be a healing of DNA. There's going to be a healing of the heart. There's going to be a healing of the mind, a healing of everything that needs to be healed. There's going to be uh, a DNA restructuring. Although I am hearing that um, there will still continue to be some sensitivities, some allergies, especially if you're consider yourself a star seed. There will be certain foods that you just can't digest because it does affect where your intuition comes from, and your body just doesn't want it. Your matrix outfit suit, um, your robot, however you call it. I heard somebody once call it an avatar. Your avatar doesn't like certain foods, right? It doesn't sit well with it, and your body needs very healthy. It needs to be very clear because as a Cancer, you are one of the most psychic signs. Um, and if not the one, I believe, if it's not it's one of the most psychic signs. You have to have a clear gut. Um, and I feel like for cancers, because it's our emotions. Whenever our gut is out of whack, our emotions are all over the place, and our oh my goodness, they took it out of my head. I'm sorry. I can't believe they took the word right. It literally felt like they did this and took out the word. Your discernment. Your discernment is off. Your intuition is off because you don't know if it's anxiety or if it's your actual discernment. So there will still be some people, if you have certain allergies, you'll have to still continue to eat healthy, um, still have some food allergies, but you'll be healthier. You'll feel better. You won't feel so um, full of almost. What they're showing me is almost like a sponge absorbing all this stuff. And even though we disconnect and we cleanse ourselves energetically, there always seems to be a little bit that stays. So I'm seeing the image that they're showing me is like a sponge being being cleaned and um, yeah, being cleansed and just kind of squirting out all the water. Sorry, that was a horrible word to use, but for some reason, in this reading and in the last Cancer reading, um, there was a sense of being here but not being here, which I wasn't feeling before. And right now, what they're saying is, and I think I said this last time also in that video, and they're repeating it, that there's going to be a sense of being um, at all times, almost in between, almost being both in the 3D and in the 5D. Um, and so I only feel it when I'm in the reading. Normally I'm fine. And I just did Gemini and I was perfectly fine. I had no issues. So it's only when I dig into the Cancer Collective. So I feel like this is something that's going to be coming up. And with the initiation, with going through this portal and feeling the relief and the repair, you're going to be starting off with a beginner's mind, seeing things from new perspective, seeing things from a childlike, seeing the clouds like for the first time, being excited about life again, seeing things in new colors. Um, First breath, beginner's mind. I mean, being able to see. I said this in the reading the other day, and I still stick to this. We as humanity, we have gone through a lot. It's a really hard to be here. And I am a star seed. And so being here is very difficult for me, and we get very jaded. We get very jaded very quickly, very easily. And we can't go through life and going into all of the gifts and being able to help people being jaded, because you have to be able to help people from the view of optimism, from love, from beginner's mind, right? If you're giving help to someone, if you're helping someone, or you're trying to do your life path, or you're trying to, if you're a light worker, or you're an energy worker, or you're a shadow worker, you're giving jaded information, you're giving jaded help. And even though you are helping, it is, there's a sense of a little bit of not full hope, if that makes any sense. And that's where you come in with divine perfection. You're coming in cleansed. You're coming in perfectly divine. And I don't mean perfect because perfect is we are perfect in our own way, but perfectly divine in your power, in your divinity as one. You are connected to your higher self. You exude love. And what else what else are cancers? But they are love. They are godlike love. They offer a love that no other sign can offer. That is actually our gift. That is one of our gifts. Divine perfection. You are going to be exactly who you need to be, who you want to be able to give this divine love to help Earth, right? To come and help Earth and help do what exactly it is that you want to do. At the bottom of the deck, we have heart, home, compassion. Even as cancers, we are a compassionate sign, but when we become jaded, we start to lose that, and we start to become bitter, and we start to become petty and hateful. And even though I feel there's a sense of never really losing that compassion, we become very jaded, and it becomes, we start to do it less and less because we feel like we're used, and we give a hand and people take the whole fucking arm, or it just starts to lose that compassion. We start to lose a little bit of it more and more. But with this divine perfection, this is heart home. Your heart, your home is where your heart is, and that's here, that's within you. You'll never be lost because you'll be divinely perfected, and you'll always be at home. Anytime you are lost, you'll know exactly where to go, and that's into your heart, because you have that God-like love that no other sign has. That is our gift, and that is not me. Obviously I am biased. I have like 5 Cancer placements, but I don't do my own readings. I watch other readers too, because I cannot read my own cards. And this is throughout a known fact. Cancers are love. We are love. We are God-like love. That is what it is. And once you come into your divinity, your divine perfection, this is what it will be. All your compassion, your heart will be cleansed again. Your heart will be full again. You won't have, and we don't even realize how deep how deeply jaded we are. We don't realize that until we start to feel that full love again. Once we start to get cleansed, we don't realize how jaded we actually were. We don't realize that. And again, this is on a gradient. So some of you could just be as simple as but some other people, some other cancers, it could be they've gone through some shit, and they were at a point before they started their healing where they were starting to lose themselves. They started to lose themselves and be out of, their divinity, be out of their gifts, because they were tired of being taken advantage of. And who wouldn't, right? And then there's a sense of, here, dust devil. There's a sense of cleaning off the dust. There's been some stagnancy within your life, in several aspects of your life, where there's been no movement, where you feel like even though no matter how much you push, you see a little bit of movement here, a little bit of movement there, but really you feel like there should be more based off of um, how much work you've put in. And it's not to say that you want to blow up and be this famous person. You just really want to give of yourself. You want to use your gifts. You want to heal. You want to be able to help people because you are compassionate. You are loving. You are in your heart space. When you are, you know, in alignment with yourself, you are the most loving person in the world, and you just want to heal. You just want to heal, and you want to do what you came here to do. But this is saying that you are starting to dust it off, and there's starting to be movement. You guys are going to be seeing a little bit here, a little bit there, but the wheel is now turning, and there is going to be a lot more movement now in your life. So it shall be. It's already in movement. It's already happened. The only thing is that in the 3D, it's happening slowly for you, but it's already in movement. So it shall be. Not only will you be cleansed and relieved, but you are already moving into your divine perfection. The initiation is already happening, if it hasn't already. And this is your fate. This is your fate. It is written in the stars. It is written in the stars. This is your fate. And you guys are now going to start opening up new gifts. Start to expand your gifts. Start to expand your awareness. Start to have gifts that have never been on earth, that are being sent down to you because you've done the work, because you have healed, because you did, even though it became jaded, you did stay in your heart center. Even when you deserved to feel anger and hatred and resentment. Sorry, Cancers. I was about to cry there. Not today. You guys had every right to feel this. And you still stayed in your heart center. It reminds me of the movie Black Widow, where her fake Russian mother says to her, after all this time, how did you not lose your heart? How did you not lose your heart? And I don't remember what she responded. But the point is, after everything that she went through, and after, having lost her family and being an assassin and going through everything she's gone through, she didn't lose her heart. She stayed in her heart center. And I feel like that's what you guys have done, Cancers. You guys have stayed in your heart center. Even if at the worst times it was a little ember, it was always there. It never went out. Right? Let's see. Should I clarify anything? Let's clarify the fates. Let's see what it says. Apparently, I forgot how to shuffle in the last 30 minutes. Guys, if you guys would like to help out the channel, you guys can hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Share the videos. That really does help a lot. And if you guys are interested in a personal reading or any of my healing products, there's also a link down below. We clarify skywriting. No longer dealing with bullshit, people that bring you pain, friends that stab you in the back, and cutting out all the bullshit and seeing full clarity in your life. Seeing the full clarity for everything and everyone. Seeing everything and everyone for what they truly are. No longer having to go through those tests, no longer having to go through, this person was a lesson, I had something to learn, right? The fates. Let's see, let's clarify initiation. This card fell on the table and flipped, so it fell upside down and did a whole, now it's upright. That's funny. Clarify, okay. All the seeds that you guys have planted in the past and opportunities that you lost are now coming to fruition. They're telling me there's a bigger journey here. There's something bigger here that's coming to fruition. But it's not something that is going to be told yet. It is not something that is going to be seen yet. There are still a sense of getting through stage 1 of your rebirth, which is going the crossing, the initiation, right? You don't go from initiation to graduation. You go from initiation, you get into the school, and then have to get through to the end or to where you're going. So they don't want to tell me exactly, and of course it's going to be different for everyone. But this is no longer having to go through those lessons, no longer having to basically moving into the pleasure matrix, right? All right. I'm going to pull out some tea leaves because I do have some extra time, and these are my favorite. One of my favorite cards to use on myself. So let's pull out some tea leaves to see what's going on outside of this message. You guys got feeling tied down or frustrated. Yeah, once again, like I said, you guys are going to go through a cleansing because right now you guys are feeling tied down. You guys are feeling tied down and frustrated because of situations, people, places, things that are, you can't see clearly. You don't know exactly what's going on. Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Once again, I direct you to these cards. Too much. You guys got rabbit. Too much concern with sexual matters. I don't know. I don't even know what to say with that. But maybe for some of you, it's been a really long dry spell. Okay. I don't know what advice to give. Yeah, just be careful with whatever it is that you do. Take up a hobby. I'm not laughing at you. It's just... I'm not sure why that message needed to come out. Whoever needed to hear it. More messages for Cancer. You guys got Peacock. Beware of great pride. I think that goes back to feeling tied down or frustrated. There's a sense here of being careful of what you're thinking of. Things that you're saying to yourself, the way you treat yourself, the way you speak to yourself. You're not a failure. Everything I do doesn't work out. That's not the case. I know it's taken a long time, and I am guilty of this as well. Just make sure that you are keeping the course and keeping the faith and loving yourself more, even in the hardest times, okay? Especially in the hardest times, because that's when it counts the most. Dealing the relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. Dark man. Romance is in the air. See, look at that. Whoever this person is. Yeah. See? Yo, the drought will be over. Sorry, Cancers. Anything else for Cancer? All right, and you guys got time to go out and have fun and disappointment in some affair. I really just feel like you're going to see the true colors of some people, and it's going to leave you a little bit disappointed. But don't worry, good things are coming. All right, let me quickly just read you guys a postcard from Spirit. Dearest you, we here on the other side have one important thing to declare. Love is the answer to literally everything. We don't necessarily mean romantic or erotic love, although they are wonderful, but something above and beyond that. Everything alive in the world was first created by love. Spirit sends love to animate life and birth it into existence. Love is without conditions, and it is based in reverence and a fierce and joyful respect for life. Love thrives when you focus on it, and we want you to turn away from anything that causes it to wane. Love is when you no longer see yourself as other, separate from, better or less than, etc. When you act as love, you will give permission to the world to thrive and grow as it will. Can you let go of what is not love and ask, what would love do? Love is waiting for you always and forever. We just adore you over here. Yeah. Releasing all the bullshit and all the stabbings in the back and the people that you know are not good for you and not meant to be there for you. Let that go. That's gone. Cut them out. Cut them out. Cut them out with light and love. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.